Hello there. I'm History of the Flash, but you can call me JD.
Ahoy and comic book Hunter, also known as just Hunter.
And hello, I'm your local comic Sean.
I'm eating breakfast.
And Harper's back! Episode 170 of A Hero Story. Yes! We missed our dear Australian friend who's currently eating some tuna or waffles.
I thought it was bacon.
I'm not really sure what he's eating.
It's
Oh my gosh.
I may remind you that this is an audio podcast mostly, so, it would be helpful if you could talk.
It's tuna and onion and tomato and feta and something else. No, it's salmon on toast.
That's a lot.
You say tomato? I always say you say tomato, I say tomato, but I've never in my life met someone who says tomato. I guess I've just met that person and I hate it.
Okay, thank you, JD. Welcome back.
Welcome back, man.
Just in case you forgot, this is a superhero podcast. Sometimes,
it kind of is. We talk about comics. If you want to just listen to us talk about comics, this week's comics are the big one being Devil's Reign #1, which is the Daredevil event. But we also read Batman, Dark Knights of Steel. Sean read 50 other comics, but we're probably not going to mention.
Not like I have to keep up with comics.
Because we got a lot of news this week.
Sean's going to get cut off.
Did you guys find it weird that Devil's Reign and Crimson Reign for Star Wars came out in the same week?
Yeah, and it's Chip Zdarsky and Charles Soule. They're both Daredevil writers.
Interesting. Interesting.
A little odd.
I don't think that's interesting, actually.
JD doesn't.
Yeah, that's actually not interesting at all. But thanks for bringing
I thought it was interesting.
This is why this podcast needs balance, because you two are like optimists. You're the nice guys, and me and Harper are the dicks. So
yeah,
you guys are the foreign gangsters.
Because Harper's back.
Sean's a fuckhead, but in his own way.
No, because Harper's back, all the comments that were nice to me on YouTube are all going to get replaced with, man, fuck Sean, Harper's back. Yeah.
That's what I'm commenting once this episode comes out. I'm going to make YouTube accounts just to comment that.
Oh, that was delicious.
JD's going to buy a bunch of bots.
I guess we'll just jump into it. First bit of news this week is Spider-Verse. First look at Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, more excited for that than No Way Home.
You see,
suck my balls, Sean. Fuck off.
A young JD bought a copy of Spider-Man 2099 #1 for $1. And that same young JD also bought a copy of Amazing Spider-Man #365, aka the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099, for just $1. So for a $2 investment, I'm looking pretty good, because that is the #1 and #2 trending comics of the week for most sales.
What's it going for? Do you know?
A lot more than $1.
But okay, you don't know. Okay.
Hold on. I picked up a copy of Spider-Man 2099 #1 over the summer for $10. Am I about to make a good profit?
I'll pull up what it's worth, because I had it.
I have a question. Sean, how come you look simultaneously like you're 17, but also like a 55-year-old man? Like, how the fuck?
That's actually Sean's personality type.
You currently look like Jeff. You currently look like Jeff Johns, by the way.
Oh yeah, JD.
My God.
JD, I saw the trade for Geiger came out last week. And I was
Bucks,
like,
baby, got a lot of.
I was like,
comics.
who cares about Geiger?
I saw that too.
I heard that. I listened to that show and I thought that was very funny.
And Drew,
you were just like, who the fuck buys Geiger?
Right here. Me
and
Drew
messaged me and was like, why we got beef with Geiger?
Yeah, come on, man.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew.
We don't need Geiger in here.
Crap, I have to call Drew.
Oh my God, that's right. You said you were going to call him back. I don't remember that.
This is see you next week.
Spider-Man 2099 #1 and at 9.8, $250.
All right, mine's not a 9.8 because there's
an Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 365 and a 9.8, $475.
Oh my God!
So
that's
for a $2 investment, I could potentially be making $1,000.
When Across the Spider-Verse comes out, if he survives the movie, it'll just keep going up until part 2
Oscar
comes
Isaac,
out.
baby.
What did you say? $1,000? Did you say one was 200 and one was 400?
Yeah,
that's $600.
I'm not good at math. I went to an American.
That's only 60% of a.
I went to an American public school.
Oh, okay.
JD, so did I, and I can do that.
Yeah, sorry, man. I totally forgot that's you're from that place too.
That place.
Meanwhile, we have this guy over here in London. Anyway, so
Shut the fuck up.
I was waiting for that to hit you. So Spider-Verse, the anime. I've watched this trailer probably 10 times.
I'm more hyped for this than Spider-Man: No Way Home. Thank you, Sean.
Oh, fuck off, you! God damn it! Fuck this.
Are you not, Harper?
Sean was an intellectual.
No, I am. I've said to you guys privately, I've had a complete change of heart on Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Just
you're
like-
like.
It's so
Jameson
weird to
was
watch
Spider-Man
you.
too.
You were literally like Norman Osborn. You hated Spider-Man with
Yeah.
every
He was
like
JJ.
shred of your
Am
being.
I?
And then now you're like, man, I really love Spider-Man. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's literally No Way Home.
It's nostalgia.
As soon as they showed Doc Ock, I was like, man, Doc Ock was pretty cool in those Raimi movies. And then when we got the other trailer and we saw more of Green Goblin, and I was like, well, actually, Green Goblin's my favorite from those Raimi movies. And then I was like, man, I really like the villains in those movies. And I was like, yeah, and I really like J. Jonah Jameson. I like the story. And then I started thinking, and I went, oh, I like those movies. Oh no.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, hey, Toby Mcguire does a pretty good. And then I was like, no, I'm falling apart. I'm starting to like enjoy this. And then I just gave into it. I'm like, fuck it.
I watched Spider-Man 1 for the first time in like 2 years, and it's been a while. I can't believe it. I'm a big Raimi fan, but when Green Goblin and Spider-Man are on the rooftop, and he's like paralyzed and he like can't move, and Green Goblin comes up to him and just slaps his head. He's like a lucky cut and just slaps his head. I literally burst out loud laughing. I mean, tell me how ridiculous this is, right? Spidey's chilling. He just slaps. Donk.
He is so.
And what's the
like,
dialogue? It's
oh my
He's
God.
like, you and I are not so different. And he's like,
That was
I'm not
a
like you.
good impression.
I'm not a murderer. And he's like, well, to each their own. Smacks the fuck out of his head.
It's so he like without Willem Dafoe. That
Willem Dafoe's so good.
oh my God.
You see the interviews of the cast talking
But
about Willem
now
Dafoe,
that
how
you've
like
really
he just
pissed
took
me
over.
off.
It's just like, oh yeah, we did some
that
scenes
ending
with
is
Doc
dark,
Ock.
man. How did I watch that at like 4?
We're having two different conversations. Hunter's just like, how cool was that interview? And JD and I talking about the end of Spider-Man 1.
and the listeners are just going, look, man, this is a podcast. I'm trying to keep track. I can't pay attention if you're just
The
gonna
listeners are going.
talk over
The
each
listeners
other.
on Spotify are like plus 30 seconds, plus 30 seconds, plus 30 seconds.
No, but I was
Godspeed,
saying
Spider-Man.
Here we go again.
It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind. Wrong answer. I hate those things.
They were saying that like they're doing scenes with like Electro and they're doing scenes with Doc Ock, and as soon as like Goblin comes out, it's like totally different, and everyone like the entire crew is just silent, just listening to Willem Dafoe do the dialogue. And I guess he improv'd a few lines as well that were just everyone was like, oh god.
Green Goblin has a case to state this time.
How did he never play Joker?
Sean.
Like,
Well
that's
done.
such a shame that he never played Joker.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's all right because he got Green Goblin like to me.
But he
at
would have been
least,
so good as Joker.
he would have been a
Like
perfect
if we got to now and then someone brought up like, oh man, how good would Willem Dafoe have been as Green Goblin? And we all went, oh, that would have been so sick. Then it'd feel like a missed
but
opportunity.
instead he plays Volko in the DC universe.
Oh my God, he does too.
For some
Holy
reason.
shit, I forgot totally about that. That's
Yeah,
They
crazy.
killed my mom because of me? I hate
Because of
that.
me? Dude, bro, they killed my fucking mom because of me,
That guy's
dog.
the worst act. He makes Jason Momoa
So
look like an
bad.
Oscar winner.
So
That's not saying much. Too.
he's like a fuck boy Aquaman. He's like, fucking shit, bro. They killed my
Dude,
mom.
this
'cause
is
of
totally
me?
killing my vibe. They killed
Oh.
my mom.
Dude, and my mom was so fucking hot, dude.
Dude, she was.
She was so dope.
Volko was
Oh,
like,
she was
totally.
so fucking sick. And now I'm stuck with fucking Boba Fett. What the fuck?
There's so many references in this that like the listener has to be like,
If you've
This
seen
is what-
Aquaman, you get it.
This is what
We need-
happens
we-
when
we need
Harper
the-
returns.
We need the comic book asterisk. You can find this in a Hero Story episode.
somehow
in the now
Palpatine
iconic.
has returned.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But like you have Willem Dafoe, who's such a menacing person, and you cast him as a side character in the New 52 Aquaman comics.
Yeah.
Who, as far as I know, he was just some guy that was like obsessed with conspiracy theories, and that was it.
In a perfect world, if Ben Affleck's like Batman went off on the right track, he would have been a great like Joker to Ben Affleck's Batman of like a 20 years in Gotham type.
Yeah, 100%. But
Instead, we got Jared Leto squeaking like a door when he laughs.
Squeaking like a door.
it is good to see him return as a villain in a comic book movie, at least. So that's
My
nice.
best friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
Morbius.
I think
More
Doc Ock.
Time
Morbius.
Train.
It's weird. I
No.
think Doc Ock is my favorite Spider-Man villain in the movies, but I'm more excited for Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
It's
was
a it's a
you know,
very tough
I-
debate that I've had with myself many times.
Yeah.
They're both so
I-
good.
I
They
had
are,
to
yeah.
like I felt the same way until I rewatched those movies like a year ago, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like Willem Dafoe is just eating this fucking movie up. And then when I got to Spider-Man 2, I was like, Doc Ock. I feel he's far more nuanced. He's a more
Same.
he's a more
He's more sane.
understandable character. Like Green Goblin, once he flicks that switch, you're like, you are a fucking nutcase. But
He's chaotic.
when Harry starts having his visions and you actually see Willem Dafoe again, I remember being like, oh my God, like I totally forgot that he was back in the movie for the visions and he throws the thing through the glass. Oh my God,
Avenge
so good.
me!
Yeah. Although now that doesn't age as well because James Franco's a fucking weirdo. So that's not good, is
Right,
it?
but it's a shame because he's so good in Spider-Man 1.
He's a great
Like
Harry
being the
Osborn.
pathetic son, he plays it so
Yeah,
well.
okay. He's definitely pathetic. I have nothing left except Spider-Man.
But in that
Started
first
Spider-Man.
one, like when he's talking to Mary Jane, like when she gets saved by Spider-Man, he's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean incredible?" Like he's so jealous.
Oh yeah.
I'll never forget in
Yeah.
Like you
I'll ne-
saw him. You saw it was Spider-Man.
I'll-
what are you talking about? I could.
What do you mean
I
he's
could do
What do you mean
that.
he's incredible? His comics all start with amazing or spectacular or ultimate.
No,
I
I
could do
remember
that.
getting so excited during This Is the End, the comedy movie with like James Franco, Seth Rogen, all them, and they fall into the basement and they get freaked out by a Spider-Man 3 cardboard cutout
Like
of
from New
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're like, oh, and they go, what? What did you find? Oh, it's just a stupid thing from Spider-Man 3.
That was a bad
Yeah.
costume for James Franco.
Yeah, it was.
It just-
I actually
what?
loved
It's
that
cool.
as a kid. The sword.
I'm
What
gonna
do you
be
have?
honest with
He had a sword, right? He had a
He had,
sword.
like,
Sean, shut up.
He
The
had, like
adults.
he had like a snowboard and snow goggles, basically.
Yep.
Oh my
I
God,
will
my
say Spider-Man
glasses.
3 aged way too well for what it should have.
Mm.
It's a weird how well that movie's aged. I rewatched it.
Same
like
thing with
2
the
weeks
Amazing
ago.
Spider-Man 2, though. When I watched the Amazing Spider-Man 2 in theaters, I thought like, wow, this is like Catwoman level of bad. But now I watch it and I'm like, you know what?
It's not.
It's not
a-
that bad.
It's
Thank
a
you.
movie. Like it
Thank
exists.
you.
It's still
There
bad.
we
Don't
go.
get me wrong. It's still
Oh,
bad.
okay. Still.
But it's not
I think- I
that
don't-
bad.
It's
I
a
don't think
Spider-Man
there's
movie in
ever-
the end.
There's never
Are we
been
talking about
a-
Spider-Man 2 or Amazing Spider-Man?
Amazing
2?
Spider-Man.
Shut
two.
up.
Oh, okay. I
No,
thought you were
when I
talking about
talk
Spider-Man
bad
2
about
for a
Spider-Man
sec.
2.
There has never been a just completely bad Spider-Man movie.
No. I mean,
Because
yeah,
Spider-Man
no,
3 and the Amazing Spider-Man 2 are,
they're considered
I
the
think,
worst.
They
Spider-Man
do
2
have
is
moments
the
of good.
worst. And it's still like a
See it jump.
mid.
Both
just
movies
mid.
have fantastic action scenes. So, I mean, yeah,
Yes.
that's a good point. I'm not a
Only
big
one
fan
of them
Far
has
From Home
fantastic
either.
Andrew Garfield
So,
hair, so
yeah. Andrew's your favorite
Yeah.
Spider-Man, isn't it, Harper?
he is, yeah. By a
Well, yeah,
mile.
this
I
movie's-
fucking love the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
I do too. Yeah, it's one of my favorites for sure.
What's the worst scene in Far From Home, and why is it when Tom Holland jumps out of the bus in slow motion? And
Yeah,
like,
obviously that.
but-
There isn't another scene
It's
as
so
bad as that.
bad.
It's-
I
you just named
think
the worst-
I'd rather
Oh.
watch Toby Mcguire strut down the street than
Yeah,
watch
no
that
shit,
scene
'cause
again.
that's funny at least.
It's
Baby
funny,
Mountain
but
Goats,
this
like what?
this
That was
isn't
so bad.
realistic. The whole
That was so bad. At least with Toby Maguire getting rejected by women, I'm like, hey, I can relate. But
Or when
But
we were
Tom
talking
Holland's
about
dating
Across the
Zendaya now,
Spider-Verse.
dude. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
just- that's not
relatable.
realistic.
Like, how the fuck?
I don't think I think I guess we're just talking No Way Home here.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
like,
we
we
are now.
started Across the Spider-Verse. We were like, wow, 2099, and then we just got.
I guess
all
we're
the
just
way
talking.
on
Look, this is the
tangent.
last episode. Like next week, we are reviewing No Way Home, so I
Isn't
guess
that
we could
weird?
just talk about it
That's
here.
weird.
That's
It's also
weird.
like it's
We've
also
talked
like-
about No Way
this
Home
movie
for
feels
a
like it's like
year.
a year away.
We've talked about it every week for a year on this episode to the point where I say, in No Way Home news, JD sighs.
I get so mad because you always say it's a leak, and I'm like, it's the Titanic at this point. Like this ship is already sunk.
And he,
Poor,
okay,
poor fucking Hunter was like, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning for him last night. And he's like, all right, I'm going to bed. And then I sent him a voice message like, wait, before you go, did you see that like
Oh,
new
yeah.
TV spot where Doc Ock says, what have you done with my machine? And I'm like, oh my God, they're picking up right from where Spider-Man 2 left off. How cool is that? And then Hunter just said to me, oh yeah, that is pretty, yeah, that is pretty cool.
That
And then
was
he
2
like,
a.m. for me.
he kept doing this joke where he would start a sigh end the voice message and then send a second voice message with the second half of the sigh, and that was the last conversation we had until right now.
It's brilliant but lazy.
Yeah, yes, you sent that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Planning
Oh my
is not a
God.
major
So
at this university,
cool.
Mr. Parker.
But yeah, no,
Continuity.
it is
I'd
cool.
love to
I
see
didn't
it.
see that TV spot, but literally when Doc Ock arrives in the MCU, he thinks that the sun machine that he made in Spider-Man 2 happened, and or sorry, No Way Home. So he's wondering where is it? What's happened with it? So I like that.
Although he has to be somewhat stupid. Like if it picks up like literally right there, like he comes
He's
back
coughing up
and
like water or something.
yeah, and like for him, no time has passed.
Like the
like,
comedian and Doomsday
Unless
Clock
he
is to
shows
see.
up and if he shows up and the first thing he does is fight Spider-Man and he goes, "You think your fancy new suit's gonna save you?" It'd be like, you just saw what you thought was that.
Hold on,
Spider-Man.
Harper.
Shouldn't you?
What the
Shut
hell did
fuck
you
up,
just say about-
Sean? Shut up.
Hunter just randomly brought up
Stop.
Doomsday Clock and nobody acknowledged it.
Okay, all right, fair. All right,
Fair.
Of course, you fucking Jeff Johns would catch on to that fucking.
Yeah, can you sign my copy of Doomsday Clock #1?
Did you get those CGC books, JD?
I did.
I wanted to make sure you got those. First appearance of Zoom. Wow, pretty cool. Pretty
Thanks,
cool.
bud.
Yeah.
Hey,
was
can
just
you
for
say
you.
booyah for me? Why am I
Don't
making
do
these
it.
jokes? I love Jeff.
Oh god, I know you do.
Sorry, you're saying Harper about Spider-Man 2 and
No,
Doc Ock.
it doesn't matter.
No,
No, I was just gonna say, like, if the first thing he does is fight this Spider-Man, thinking it's Toby Mcguire's Spider-Man, and goes, "Oh, you think your fancy new suit's gonna save you now?" Wouldn't his first question be, "Where the fuck did you get that suit from?" Like, it shouldn't be, "Oh, you think that's gonna save
That's
you?"
that's a
In
cute
no time
outfit.
between, he should just be
Oh,
like,
God.
"What the fuck? Weren't you just in like spandex, and now you're in like new age fucking nanotech? Like, what?"
I'm
He's
guessing
like,
he'll
"I'm from 2004. How did you get this technology?"
Well, I mean, he went into the water, it was night, and then the fight's in the daytime. So maybe he thinks that time has passed. But still,
Maybe.
Tom Holland's
if it's
body
if it's
is
time
very
has
different
passed,
than
then
Toby's, I find.
yeah, exactly.
Like Tom looks like a kid. Toby doesn't.
Yes.
So,
He does.
you're not Peter Parker. I've been a fool. Like,
I am so confused right now.
Superman was Clark Kent the whole time. It's just kind of one of
I'm s-
those things where it's like, obviously that's not the same Peter, but it's
Yeah.
cool. I mean, you're in the moment, you're fighting, and it looks
Well,
like
I think it's also a thing played for trailers. Like maybe it's not like maybe when they're fighting, he's like confused. He's like, Peter is launching like jokes at him, and he's like, "You don't sound like the fucking Peter Parker." Right?
Tom
Like, you can
attacks
see
him
the
first.
confusion.
I
What?
can see like maybe Tom attacks Peter or Otto first, and Otto's kind of defending himself for the most part, and yeah, the whole theater
Nah,
better
I don't
just
think it'll be like that.
erupt
I
in a
think-
cheer when Otto like breaks that stupid Iron Spider suit.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh god, that is the worst Spider-Man suit.
It's
in
the
MCU.
worst
It's like the
MCU
only
Spider-
one I don't like, and
We
it's in
talked about
so
that
much
last week.
Yeah, it's in everything. It's like they
It's
took
in
We've
every
seen it
poster.
too many times.
Every
like, oh
poster.
my god, that new one, that integrated suit. Fuck me, that should have been the suit. That should have been the Iron Spider suit from the get-go. That thing looks so good.
Oh, the gold.
Black
better.
and the gold and the red.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And the
But
Iron
instead
Spider's like
just
Tony. It is
shiny
literally like Tony
burgundy.
Stark was fucking pissed. He was like, "I'm gonna design this demon in a bottle style." He's just fucking off his head. And then he drew it up, and the machine put it together. It came out, and he went, "Oh, the press conference is like 20 minutes, so we're just gonna have to roll with this." And then he
That
presented it to Peter.
suit
He's
has
like,
appeared
"Wow,
in
Mr.
5
Stark, that's so
movies.
fucking cool."
Five
Is it in
movies.
5 movies?
Well, we see in Homecoming.
It is in 5 movies.
Yeah, then both
Yeah.
Avengers, and then Far
Both
From Home, and now
Avengers, Far
this
From Home
one.
and No Way Home.
Maybe
Wow.
maybe Tony was how he was with like what was it, the Mark 7? We'll skip the spinning rims. Just get the suit ready.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just,
Skip the spinning rooms. We're on the clock here.
I hope the movie starts and Otto just rips it off, and then we can get into
He's
it.
going to absorb it. We know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's gonna get onto
Which is cool.
the arms. I like that. I'm okay with that.
Your name's Otto Octavius.
It's not
Dude,
bad. Okay, look,
Dude.
that joke
They
isn't
do-
bad.
they do it-
Wait, Otto Octavius killed my mom for me?
No.
Fuck.
The Scooby Doo
Fuck,
thing, Scooby Doo this crap. I don't get that. I hope we get caught.
Because they're like the Mystery Machine gang.
And it's
Hunting,
funny
like,
because Scooby Doo is
hunting
owned
ghosts,
by Warner
get it?
Brothers too.
Get it?
Oh,
Because they're
hunting
hunting ghosts. Because he says, "You're going out into the darkness to fight ghosts." What do you mean by that? They all die fighting Spider-Man.
So does Sandman
It's
like when Peter's like, I forgive you in Spider-Man 3 and Sandman just evaporated, was that him dying?
maybe he did just die there.
He committed suicide. I can't live with my guilt over killing Uncle Ben, even though I really shouldn't have killed Uncle Ben because this is a terrible
Yeah.
retcon.
Fuck, that was a weird retcon. That's right.
He's just his head went away first, but he's screaming, going, help! It's like Lizard's alive too. Lizard just went to jail.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to explain like down the line that they died or something. You know what I mean? Like we didn't see their deaths, but sometime in that universe they died against Spider-Man somehow.
Well, Harper, what do you think of the theory that Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be the direct prelude to Armor Wars?
What?
You haven't heard that theory?
I heard that.
Why?
theory.
Just because Electra has a fucking leftover arc reactor? No, it's not.
Yeah, and Goblin's got a
It's
new
not,
suit.
though.
The theory is that
Because-
they break
sure,
into
because-
Stark Industries and they
Oh,
and that's
please,
how
no.
the
Well,
the
they're
tech-
obviously
wait.
not going to
Gets
break
out.
it. They can't. Actually, they might.
That was great. Watching his face, like, well.
Yeah, like I realized because I went no, because you see Doc Ock like get the nanotech, and then I was like, wait, if Goblin gets new technology, and then Electro gets new technology, and then I was putting the pieces together, like, and they're teaming. Oh no!
The only movies I think this is going to set up is
No,
Doctor
no, no,
Strange
no, no.
2. It's just gonna be Doctor
Wait,
Strange
wait,
2.
wait, 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 wait.
No!
Hey,
Speaking
Punisher might
of,
be
if
in
we
that.
got Charlie back, can I get John Bernthal back as Punisher, please?
for Armor Wars.
For Armor Wars.
Okay, we see Venom like go into the MCU. We see like in that scene where he's in the hotel room, and we see the same scenes happen with Doc Ock and Green Goblin and Electro, and we see Punisher for some reason, even though he's technically already in the MCU. He's like, wait, no,
No.
and then-
Wait. No.
the
Yeah,
lights
yeah.
go out.
Rhodey becomes the new Iron Man.
He gets brought into the MCU, right?
Even
And
though
he's
he
there at the park with his
already is.
family, and then he's like, wait, no, and all the guys in the vans rock up, and he's like, not again.
Wait, what if Punisher gets into the MCU and he's in the scene with his family, and all of a sudden Jared Leto walks in and goes, "Hey, Dr. Michael Morbius, nice to meet you."
I'm Venom. I'm just
I
kidding.
mean-
I'm Dr. Michael Morbius.
I mean, if they really wanted to introduce Punisher that way, Rhodey becomes Iron Man in Armor Wars, and then the War Machine armor's left over somewhere, and Punisher's like,
I hope they don't do that.
Next time, baby. Next
Yeah,
time, baby.
next time
Oh,
John
sure,
Bernthal says that.
That was
I would die if that was
so
said.
bad.
"What?
You-
Punisher
you-
getting the War
that's-
Machine suit?"
Yeah, that story is not good.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Oh my God, my glasses! Stop.
you're nervous.
What happened?
He's nervous.
They just fog up whenever I'm on this
Oh,
podcast.
I guess.
Are you
last-
that nervous
Take
to
them
see Hunter?
off. What do you
He's a
need
little
to see?
Oh,
last-
Harper, I haven't seen you in so long.
You know what I look
Aw.
like. You know,
Oh,
photos and videos exist of me. You could
What
look
is
at
this? What is this photo video concept?
them. Sorry, JD, I forgot you're from the Middle Ages.
I cook
Fuck
the
me.
meatball.
Oh my god, what did I say? That's right. I sent Hunter a voice message the other night, and I was like, Spider-Man No Way Home has kind of got something for everyone. Like, even JD is gonna see like the villains from the Raimi movies and be like, "Let's go!" And then I was like, "Oh wait, no, JD wouldn't say like, let's go. He'd be like, let us go."
Let's go.
Let us
Give me
go.
Mario.
Yeah, we made a joke about you, JD, where you look like
Why wasn't I told?
Oh
you,
fuck me. Oh my god, that's right.
You look like Eobard Thawne in like the latest Flash episode when
The
you
lady-
watch
he
any
looks-
movie.
It's like that picture of it's Eobard in the new suit, and he looks like so strained and so fucking uncomfortable. And I
Are
was
you
like,
gonna
this
show
is
the camera?
JD.
That's
This is
me when they make a joke in a Marvel movie.
JD every
Yep.
time he watches the movie.
Yeah,
Just
that was me in the theater for Endgame when I couldn't hear him say Avengers Assemble because the whole crowd was cheering. I was like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Oh, no way. Really?
Oh,
we
so
were,
mad.
we were
Yeah.
saying that was you.
I didn't
because-
hear Assemble until my second
Oh.
time. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, that. Oh.
Because people
That
scream at every little thing. Like even when I was seeing
I hate
Ghost,
that, and I hate
Yeah.
that.
even when I was seeing
See-
Ghostbusters at Comic-Con, like they turn on the proton pack and the whole crowd goes, "Yeah!" It's like she hasn't done anything yet.
Ernie Hudson picked up a phone and he said, "Who are you gonna call?" And everyone was like, "Yes!"
literally,
Yes!
literally that happened.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Yeah!" It's like I get the reference, but it's not crazy level.
It's
if
almost like
anything-
every block.
Hunter, good movie, right?
Yeah, good movie.
Phenomenal.
Afterlife.
Yeah, Afterlife.
I really want to see
That did
it.
not
It's
seem like it
good.
was a good movie. Yeah, good movie, bud.
It was phenomenal. That's
You
Okay.
watching movies, JD? Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, 1.5 stars on Letterboxd. It was great.
The
That's what
ending-
you rate every movie.
the ending has like a Harry Potter style like moment, like, and it's I think Hunter will get it because he knows what I'm talking about. Maybe.
And that's our thoughts on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Wait
Okay.
a second, Hunter, you gave 3 stars to Ghostbusters 2? Oh God! Oh God!
I'm sorry, man.
That's a
Is that
Spider-Man
good or
No Way Home
bad?
will have the same exact third act.
You don't like Ghostbusters too?
I think it's okay.
terrible.
Oh,
I think it's pretty
punched my
good.
microphone. It's very average.
JD, I just want to, because Harper and I last night were talking about how much you don't like movies according to your Letterboxd account. You just watch the worst stuff. And this was the voice message I replied when Harper sent that picture.
In a perfect timeline, JD would be like eating ravioli and then going to sleep. But in this timeline, he has to watch Venom 2 opening night so he could talk about it for an hour and a half.
It's so good.
When I get out of here, and trust me, I will. There's gonna be carnage.
That was you when you left. the
And
theater.
then Woody Harrelson looked directly in the camera and said, "Did you hear me? I said carnage."
Holy shit, JD, you're gonna love this. The other day, someone was like, "Oh, I bought one of those, there's like pastry, there's like sweet kind of pastry things. They're like and they couldn't think of the name." And I went, "Is it a cannoli?" And they went, "Yeah, that's it." And I genuinely thought back to that whole conversation.
I
It's
just
funny.
watched that clip because Instagram has like a 2021 Wrapped, which isn't really a Wrapped. It gives you like 4 story posts to share, and one of them was me and Tyler destroying Hunter for not knowing what a cannoli is, and he's like, "What's a cannoli?" Wait, they killed my mom over a cannoli?
over a fucking cannoli, dog,
Dude,
Like,
what the fuck, Boko?
You're starting to sound like Caleb.
God, let's
Well,
pull
Caleb
him up.
actually did play young Aquaman in
He did,
Aquaman
yeah.
15.
That
Shit.
was Caleb. I guess I'll continue with the
By the
news.
way, Across the Spider-Verse, do we like it or not?
Yes,
It
yes,
loo- it
I like
looks-
it.
it
The
looks really
animation
good.
was
Injected
great.
into my
so
veins.
excited.
Okay, good.
I
Next bit of
love
news.
Spider-Man 2099.
Fuck.
Next, I don't know why I wrote this down for news. Although it is bigger than Spider-Verse. We got a poster for Morbius.
Oh, for
You
fuck's
also
Yes,
got
thank God.
got a scene from Morbius.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I don't want to be spoiled.
It actually, I'm not gonna lie, it looks cool.
Okay, Sean. Sean, change your Zoom name to Morbius.
I will. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Morbius.
Oh my
No,
God.
it's like him just eviscerating guys. It actually looks kind of cool.
Next bit of news. Feige confirmed Daredevil in the MCU. Charlie
Okay.
Cox.
Yes, he did.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
he
cool,
did.
but like we've already seen the leaked photos. We already knew this.
We already
Yeah,
know, but
but you
now
never
it's
know.
now Feige's
Yeah,
just
you
saying it,
never
though.
know.
I didn't need Feige to
do-
say this. I already knew it.
No, I actually, you know what? Here's the thing, because for me,
Don't spoil Morbius.
I do not believe, I do not believe that Charlie Cox will not be in No Way Home. I think he's absolutely in No Way Home, right? As do I think the other Spider-Men are in No Way Home.
Yeah,
But
everyone.
even
kinda
if
knows.
he's not, even if his scenes got cut, or God forbid, whatever the fuck happened, maybe it was a Photoshop, even though it's definitely not.
you
but
just
whatever.
see the top part of them, and
Yeah,
so it was like what, and then cuts the
Yeah.
credit.
what the fuck, and then it ends, and
It's
you're
just
like,
it's just like
come
Shazam
on."
and Superman.
Shazam, Superman scene.
Yeah. But like, yeah, because you just see the cane, like.
Say, hey Ned,
back
I
and
brought a
forth.
little friend. It's just a blind guy. What the?
What the? He bumps into something because he's blind.
But like, legitimately, if he wasn't in it, even though he definitely is, this is confirmation that at least, no matter when the fuck or what the fuck he shows up in, it
In the
will
Echo Show?
definitively be Charlie Cox, and that's all that matters to me.
And with
Why
Feige
is
saying it,
Daredevil appearing in an Echo show? It should be the other way around.
Because Echo first debuted in Daredevil issue 14 of Volume 3.
I actually don't know if it was issue 14, but it was that second. It was the.
I think it might
the-
actually be issue 14. It's
It was
right
a
after
Daredevil
Kevin
book.
Smith gets. It's right after Kevin Smith gets off the book and before
It is,
Bendis gets
yeah.
on the book.
And it's when
It's like that little
Mac
gray
is on
area
art,
between
but it's
that
not
Hunter hasn't
Bendis
read.
writing. It's David
So
Mack
right
on
before.
art, but not Bendis writing. I don't even.
It's
remember
the
who
little
wrote
gray
it.
area of modern Daredevil that Hunter hasn't
Yes.
read, so you have to.
It's also, it's also not that interesting.
You remember a year ago when Hunter said that he was going to read every modern Daredevil issue? Yeah, I remember that. What
Yes.
happened to that?
Well, actually,
gave up.
Charles Soule keeps getting delayed. That's all. Still not out yet.
Why don't you just get a different collection for it? Just buy the volume.
Or just read it on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
or
own
just do
Marvel
that.
Unlimited now. You literally have it. You look like an old animated man right now with that face.
if I can read like 200 Doctor Strange issues in like a month, you can fucking
that's
read
impressive.
one Charles Soule.
Oh yeah,
Daredevil run.
since Harper's
see.
last been on the podcast, he's now a Doctor Strange expert. That's why he started
Yes,
looking
yes.
like him.
I didn't I always.
You look
Isn't that
literally the
just-
same.
Isn't
look
that
more
just my
like him
thing
now.
to? Isn't my thing just to mimic like
Yeah, you like Iron Man. You start to
dark-haired
look like
guys
Iron
in
Man.
comic books who are kind of pricks? Because I'm like, hey, he's me.
Kinda.
He's just like me.
He's a fuckhead and he's got a beard. He's my kind of guy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Feige saying Daredevil just makes. I feel like that's not just confirming Charlie Cox returning, but it's confirming that they're going to do a lot more with Daredevil in the future.
But this is how it works, right? This is how it works. Next week, Wednesday. I don't know what. Maybe it's not Wednesday for you. Whenever Hawkeye comes out for you guys.
Yeah,
But Wednesday, Hawkeye comes out. Wednesday night, Spider-Man: Far From Home. There's no fucking way that Kingpin isn't in episode 5, and there's no
Isn't
way
it,
that
yeah.
Charlie Cox isn't in it. So it's going to be the same day. It's going to be a Daredevil tidal wave, but not
That's
like the one in
true.
Ultimatum where he died. It's going to be a good one.
Died off panel. Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
nice. That was
that was a
solid.
strange reference, but good one.
Sean doesn't get it, but it's
You say-
cool.
This
Yeah,
is strange.
Sean, and for people who don't know,
Sean's
it's
like, I started reading comics in 2019. I don't know.
Ultimate Comics.
I read
Daredevil died
comics
from a
before
wave.
then. I read them in trade though.
Sean is like, I've only read Red Hood and the Outlaws.
No, I was actually
He's only
I was
read Red Hood
reading-
and Task Force X.
I was reading I was reading a lot of Iron Man recently. Like there was a
What?
really good moment in Iron Man like 215 where he's talking to like
That's
Jessica
the beginning
Drew.
of Dave Michelini.
Yeah. And so like they're having this really
macaroni.
good conversation about like Jessica Drew. It's when she's in the black suit. I think it's the issue before.
You lost him.
Sean reads the strangest comics.
Why are you reading? Yeah, no, I just realized you're reading the issues between Denny O'Neil and David Michelini's second run.
Yeah,
No
it
one
was-
gives
it
a
was-
fuck about those issues.
So it was right. It was right before like Rhodey and Tony go into like space and they're dealing with like AIM
Yes, because
agents or
that's the
whatever.
first issue of Michelini.
Yeah.
You read the issue before? Why not? What are you doing? What are you doing? What? That is the strangest thing I've ever heard. It's like someone was like, here's one of the most definitive and iconic comic book character runs ever. Here you go. And you went, I'm going to read the one issue before it and fuck everything else. That is
That's like Frank Miller starts Batman Year One on Batman 401. Sean's like, let me start at Batman 400, round number.
yeah. And I'll just read the next two. Like,
Harper.
anyway,
I've
sorry.
actually been reading a lot of modern stuff, but an hour before we recorded, I just flipped through old school Iron Man to be like, I want to see Harper's reaction if I act like an Iron Man. And so
You
I was
won.
like,
You got
I was
it.
like- I was like, what's an obscure Iron Man comic? 215. That seems good.
Well done, Sean.
And then I
Well
was like,
done.
wait,
you do read the strangest thing.
I was like, hold on. But I have to make it convincing, like I've read the run. So I go, let me go to the next issue to see what it is.
You actually did, because when you went, oh, well, it's the issue before, Rhodey and Tony go up into space. And I was like, well, that is the first issue of Michelini's run. That's quite, he's clearly knows what he's talking about.
Sean, if you were
Well
to do the
done.
podcast by yourself, you'd be like, all right, guys, today's comics are I picked up a few randoms in a bin, so I have this random Iron Man issue and Red Hood and the Outlaws #3, and I guess Betty and Veronica. So I'll just go with that.
I saw Mark Waid's name on it. I didn't realize it was Jughead. But
Well, I have been
hey,
reading
here we
Mark
go.
Waid's. I have been reading Mark Waid's Daredevil. It's just I've had to keep
Nice.
up with a lot of the modern stuff because I have to know what's going on in it.
You have to.
Has anyone else
Uh,
been reading Death of Doctor Strange?
Okay, I'll take that cough as a fucking no.
There's so many
Uh,
tie-ins.
Shang-Chi 2 is confirmed.
Did you read the
Oh,
Spider-Man
yes.
tie-in?
Shang-Chi's mom is so hot.
What?
She killed my mom.
Anyone? Dude, you killed my mom and you didn't defend her. Dude, I
episode-
couldn't defend her. I was
the
like,
t-
JD, I don't know if
"Fine."
you saw the movie, but she died.
I know.
The title of this episode is gonna be
Beautiful.
"Dude, they killed my mom."
Mom, yeah.
Dude, like,
You beat it too.
listen, Fala Chen, who plays Shang-Chi's mom, is a very beautiful woman. Okay.
Respect. Okay.
That movie's filled with some babes, men and women.
Facts.
Putting it
And
out there.
dragons.
I retract. Wait, no, I didn't say facts.
Oh,
wait.
God. Hey, I was in the post-credit scene.
Oh, no.
Is this the Mark Ruffalo voice? I haven't done it in a while. Is this what I sound
Mark,
like?
you're back.
Hey,
Ruffalo
Mark,
impression.
how the heck are you healed by the time She-Hulk comes out? I thought the snap was permanent.
Lots of heroin.
That was a good answer.
Hey, Mark, what do you think of Sean's bullseye hat?
I think Sean looks like a fucking square. I mean, look at him.
Poor guy.
Hey, Sean, show
what
us
did
your
you- hey,
hairline. Oh, never mind. Don't worry.
I feel like if I take off the glasses, I do have the Jeff Johns look.
You
What did you
do.
guys think of Three Jokers? Was it good?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Mark, in the comics, She-Hulk is back to her regular form. What's your thoughts?
Oh, I liked her when she was big and beautiful.
Hey, Mark, I like the movie Shutter Island. What was it like to work with Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese?
I didn't even hear the title of that fucking movie. What was that?
Shutter Island.
Oh, Shutter Island. Oh, I love that movie. I like when it turns out Leonardo DiCaprio had a stick in his brain or something. What he did, he killed the
Just talk
kids.
about Mark Ruffalo movies.
What was that? Oh, yeah, that was a good one. I haven't seen it in about 10 years.
Mark, what are your thoughts on Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
He's
Oh,
not in that
I
movie.
Yes,
no,
I
he is
love
in that
Dr.
movie.
Robotnik. I thought he was really good. He really captured how I feel. He's depressed and he wants to fucking die already.
All right, thanks, Mark. Stay safe. And,
I will.
Yeah,
I love
just-
how Hunter started this episode being like, all right, there's a lot of news to get through, so we gotta
Crap.
stay on
Yeah,
track.
okay,
And I
okay.
think we've gotten through 2 things.
Hey, wait. Hey, before we move on. Hey, boys, before we move on. You guys see that She-Hulk teaser trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That shot they picked for She-Hulk. Oh, boy. I
That's
tell
your
you
cousin,
what.
Mark.
I don't have to just get angry to get big and green, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh God.
Whoa.
You know what I realized? Your Mark Ruffalo kind of turns into Stan Lee. Like it's got the same kind of inflection.
Yeah,
Kind of the
it's
nasally,
it's
like-
somewhere on like the same
It's
track.
just like a deeper voice of Stan Lee,
Fuck it up.
aka the
All right.
devil.
Well, She-Hulk. I'll go to the She-Hulk news.
That's my thoughts on the Morbius poster.
Yeah. She-Hulk will be breaking the fourth wall, and apparently there's a scene where she talks to Kevin Feige.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's
What?
awesome.
So he's
Because
gonna
it's that's the John Byrne role. That's the whole
Yeah.
point.
Mhm.
That's so good.
So Feige,
That's so
everything
cool.
is Feige. We talked about this like a year ago.
I should put on a blazer to get the Kevin Feige look.
Yeah, you've got
Okay.
the hair for it.
Yeah, you kind of could look like.
Fuck. I'm sorry, Sean.
No, he always wears hats.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, you kind of do look like Feige. I think
You
you're
gotta
off.
respect. You gotta
You will
respect
see
Kevin
Daredevil in future MCU projects, and he will be
And
played
now
by Charlie Cox.
Marvel's
Charlie
first
Cox.
family.
Feige. Where that happens, when that happens, what that happens in remains to be seen. He says a week before Spider-Man No Way Home comes out.
Behind him is a big poster. Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like he looks up and he's like, well, if and when you see him, you know, we don't know when that
Ixnay
is
on the
yet,
Daredevil day.
Sitting next
He
to
looks at
Amy
it, says,
Pascal, the producer
co-starring
of
Charlie
Spider-Man.
Cox down the bottom. It's like, All right. Anyway,
Haley Steinfeld or Steinfeld.
Wow.
Was spotted.
That's not even one of the hardest names you've tried to pronounce.
know.
I stuttered. What can I say? She was spotted outside Ant-Man 3 set. So
oh,
she's gonna be
Wow,
an Ant-Man.
dude.
Yeah,
Cool.
Cassie. Okay, that's the news. Do you guys want to talk Hawkeye?
That's
or do
the
you-
news?
That's the news. We were.
You made
You
it
said
sound
there's
like
a
there
lot-
was like a mountain.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted you guys to panic. Which didn't work at all. Do you guys want to get into comics? Do you want to talk Hawkeye or?
not much to say on Hawkeye. It's really good.
Yelena
It's
shows up.
better than I thought it would be. Yeah,
That's the big highlight. Yelena shows up.
I was waiting for
And they
Fist
d-
the
and
whole
they-
time, to be honest.
You what?
Yeah, you watched it at 6 a.m., you fool.
Yeah. I
Did you not learn anything from WandaVision and every other Disney Plus show? Whoever
I
you're
don't
expecting to
know.
show up is not showing up.
Everyone expected Kang and
I mean,
a boy.
He's showing up.
I still think he's showing you.
There's
he's
no
showing-
way. If it was just the hand on the cheek, sure, I could see there being wiggle room. But when he goes, and I'm like, that's just Vincent D'Onofrio. Like, there's no way that's anyone else.
Mhm.
Now, whether he shows up as a giant CGI man,
When he
or
shows
just a
up, where
regular
he
dude.
shows up. How
when he shows
Look at a Hawkeye
or
poster.
the Hawkeye, it's just Jeremy Renner over there. It's like, when
Vincent
that's
D'Onofrio
Jeremy.
walks by with Jeremy Renner in the background of the video.
It's like
If
like,
he shows up.
Vincent D'Onofrio is not even trying. Like, he didn't tweet about like a single other Marvel thing, and then he's like, "Man, this Hawkeye show looks pretty cool. Oh man, I love these sorts of things. They're so cool." And then they, Feige reveals the Charlie Cox thing, and he's like, super happy for my brother Charlie Cox.
Congratulations.
Yeah, like congratulations. I'm like, just you, sneaky fuck.
Feige probably just grinds his teeth the whole time.
Oh my god! I think Feige, ever since Alfred Molina was like, yeah. So anyway, I'm in the new Spider-Man, and we pick up from where I was in at the lake.
Did we talk about this? That Alfred Molina was like, "Yeah, I'm just doing this for the money." Did you
Oh
guys
my
see
god,
that
that was so
clip?
funny.
That
He was
tough.
joking, but it was
Yeah.
very funny.
There's a full
Oh, it's just
interview
about
with
money
him.
for me.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there's like a full 20-minute video or something about
Yeah, I watched it.
those
It was
three
good.
villains just being interviewed. So
That's how hyped I am for it. I watched that whole fucking.
I
interview
did
with
too,
the
and
three
I was enjoying myself.
And
I
it
thought
made me
Willem
so
Dafoe-
hyped for Jamie Foxx because I'm like, Jamie Foxx rocks. He's such a good dude, and he was so close. Like
It's
he
like,
could have been cool, and then they fucked him up. And now he's gonna get a chance to actually be cool. And I like that he keeps bringing it up. He's just like, yeah,
I'm
well,
cool
I'm
now.
not, I'm not fucking blue. Yeah, he's so
now
stuck
I
on
get
the
to
fact-
blow out the birthday candles.
Oh, yeah.
but he was even in the interview. He just keeps talking. Yeah.
Oh
But
my
like, did
God.
you
He
see
keeps
that? Like,
talking about how cool he is. He's just like, yeah, he's a lot more grounded. He's got a
But
bit
did
more
you notice that-
confidence.
did you notice the thing that I feel like they kind of gave away?
What?
There's a part in, unless when Tom Holland first fights Electro, he's blue, and then later he's in the the vest with the arc reactor and shit like that, and he's not blue anymore. But in that clip, he says, "Hey, do you like the new? Like, do you like the new look?" And I'm like, is he saying that to Tom Holland because they fought when he was blue, or is he saying that to Andrew Garfield?
I'm saying Andrew.
I'm saying
Mm.
Andrew. I think that's.
I don't think
a
we'll
little-
ever see him blue. I think
No, I think when he first shows up, you see in the trailer where Tom's in the with the strange
Yeah,
ball
the
thing
black,
lighting up.
yeah.
You see blue in the background. I think he forms out of the power lines and he's blue when he first shows up.
and then that's maybe it'll probably be like just for a second, and the blue slowly
Yeah.
fades away.
And then
Like,
and then he
immediately.
get no. If he gets the arc reactor, it's unlimited energy. So he's
Yeah, I
like,
think that's what it'll be. I think
That
it'll
was
be
his
blue,
goal in
he'll get the
Amazing Spider-Man
tech.
2. So
mm.
he won.
He's basically an energy vampire in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but
Now,
now
still bring up vampires, okay? Like we can't spoil Morbius.
Hello, I'm
alright?
Dr. Michael
Hi, I'm
Morbius.
Dr. Michael Morbius.
but that's
Is it-
yeah, it did make me excited for Jamie Foxx's Electro, and
Mm.
that interview, I highly recommend watching if you haven't seen it yet. But even Willem Dafoe talking, he's like, I know it's the same guy, but he has such a good Green Goblin voice.
Oh my god, it's
Like-
so good. And just where he's like,
Like Green Goblin isn't a mustache twirling villain,
Yeah.
and he's got a chaotic.
This is
role.
personal for him.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounded like Mark
MJ and I,
Yeah,
definitely not Mary Jane.
Mhm.
God, that could be
Michelle
nuts.
Jones and I are gonna have a
Michelle
hell of a
Jones
time.
and I. Michelle Jones. That's so funny.
Like,
Like, just either make her
not
MJ
just here
or
for a
Exactly.
reason.
Like either steer into the skid or completely avoid the skid. Like, come on.
yeah, it's like just do it.
And even when they're just like, tell us about your characters, then he starts talking about how Green Goblin isn't just randomly here, he's here for a reason. The whole time Jamie Foxx is like,
Oh my god, Jamie Foxx fanboying over them too is the best part. He's like,
Yeah.
you guys are legends, you rock. It's like so nice for him. I feel so happy for that guy.
He's finally getting a second chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. We're going back to No Way Home.
When's Topher Grace coming back as Venom? Talk
Uh,
about someone who deserves a second chance. My spider sense is tingling.
Oh
If
my
you know
God.
what I'm talking
If
about.
you know what I'm talking
Sean, what was it
about.
like filming that scene with Toby Mcguire?
You know, it was a stressful day on set. I had just gotten out of church, as always. We had to do that.
Did you
take,
call
like-
God? Did you call God sir and inform him your last
Oh
name?
my God! I realized something. Does he go to church because Peter Parker says, "If you want
Yeah, you want
forgiveness, get
forgiveness,
religion"?
get religion.
Oh, yeah,
Is
get
that
religion,
why?
yeah.
You chump.
And like
That is
took that to
cinematic
heart.
poetry.
Eddie Brock was like,
rhymes.
I should get religion. I should go to God and ask him to kill Peter
It's-
Parker.
It-
I
it's
love the
Brock,
idea
sir.
that like if that scene was extended, Eddie Brock's just standing there like, motherfucker, he's got a point. Like he's right.
It's like God's the answer. He can kill Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's exactly what he
I like that.
What a
I like
movie.
that Eddie Brock in that movie. Like he got coffee with Gwen Stacy one time, and he's like ready to marry her. Like that is great.
Sorry.
I feel like I say that
Just
Eddie
JD
Brock is
talking
always
while I'm
due.
doing the black suit theme in the background.
Actually, we got some
The first
great.
time I put on a black tank top, that's what I did. I was like, this
Feels
feels
in the mirror.
good.
No, you walk
This is
past the
something
mirror
else.
and look back and just
That's awesome.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my hair went forward for the first time in a few years. I was like, oh,
That's awesome. That's so good.
Sim-
JD, can you actually do like the emo Peter Parker fringe one week? I would kill to see.
Next week.
next week.
Please,
Check out the
please.
podcast next week. Da-na-da.
do you guys think we'll see Venom in this movie?
Post credits.
Yeah, I think post credits.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
I want him to show up more though.
I don't
No,
think
I
he
don't.
will. I think it'll be
He's not
post
good.
credits.
He's-
It's just the same scene. From
Feige even
Yeah.
talked about that this week. He was like, "Yeah, they're gonna we want to set that up." Them.
And the post-credit scene should be Tom Holland going to a screen that has Venom on it.
Yeah.
I would die. I would die in the theater.
this guy.
This guy.
God.
Whoa, Mr. Stark. Whoa.
Oh my god.
Whoa, Mr. Stark like killed my mom.
I realized, I think I said it to Hunter. I was like, I'm pretty much hyped for this Spider-Man movie with 3 Spider-Men in it for a reoccurring wizard character and a cameo from a blind guy. That's like my threshold.
And a guy who
That's how
call-
MCU Spider-Man ropes me in. They go, it's Spider-Man, and I go, oh yeah, it's Spider-Man, and then they go, but Tony Stark's in it, and I'm like, oh, you say what? And then they do this one, and they're like, Doctor Strange is in it.
And a 60-plus-year-old man calling himself a goblin.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I told you what my dad said when he saw what my parents said when they saw the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. My dad sees Doctor Strange and he goes, "Is that an old Spider-Man?" And I was like, no. And then my mom sees Alfred Molina, Dr. Octopus, and for some reason, I don't even think she's ever even seen Spider-Man 2. She goes, "Is that the one from the old Spider-Man movie?"
My God,
should
well
have
done.
you should have said yes. You should have said yes. It's an older Peter Parker, and then explain Spider-Man Reign to them.
Well, as I told you, my dad has watched about 2 comic book movies in his life, Superman 78 and Spider-Man 3 with me in the theaters. He's
And
also
Joker.
attempted
Yeah.
to watch Man of Steel about 10 times, and he's fallen asleep every single time before they leave Krypton. So,
I
To be
mean,
fair,
you fell asleep
fair.
during
Scene.
Eternals. They're kind of at the same level.
oh,
I still have not seen Eternals. That just, you
you're
just
not missing
reminded
much,
me.
bud. You're not missing much.
No, it doesn't
Wait,
seem like
you're
it.
telling me the guy who flies into the sun is gonna fly into the sun? Fucking mind blowing, dude. Who would
JD
have
yelled
fucking
that
thought
in the
that?
theater.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
Security had to kick JD out because he yelled that in the theater.
Who would have fucking thought, eh? And they're just like,
It's like a
Jesus.
packed theater.
I slammed down my popcorn. I was like, I wanted more Salma Hayek.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, you know, like,
I'll never forget.
No,
Felix-
wait.
I'll never forget feeling so bad for the guy in front of me. You could tell he had a long day when I was seeing Captain Marvel. He fell asleep in the theater and started snoring so loud that it disrupted the entire IMAX theater. And so he had to get escorted out for snoring. I felt
Oh,
so
that
bad.
guy was
Wake
me.
him
Of
up.
course I know him. He's me.
We did wake him up. We did wake him up, but they still escorted him out.
That's
This
awful.
was literally me. Like the first 10 minutes of the movie go by, right? They're going into the origins. They like waste Salma Hayek right away, and I'm like snoozing. Like I'd wake up, like my head would rock. It was like I was in class, like I was in school. My head would rock so low that like I would wake myself up, and I'd be like,
I don't think it was that
And then-
bad. Oh my god. There's some strange scene ideas. Yeah, but it's not that bad. I mean, some
That was
people
my
have
main
good
thing. Like,
chemistry.
I watched the after credit scene, which, like, you know,
That was
I
the
remember
lot.
you guys talking about and being like, I know exactly what this is going to be. And I watched it and I went, is this the tone that this movie was going for? It's so
No,
weird.
not at all.
And then I watched the other one, and I was like, "How do you screw up an introduction that bad?
So
How do you have the actor's voice? You have Mahershala Ali's spoiler. You have Mahershala Ali as Blade, his fucking voice, but you don't show. Just show him.
Yeah, how hard is it to make a Blade costume?
Show
Give him a
it to
black jacket and some sunglasses.
That's literally it. It's like
That's
the easiest
like,
fucking.
Like
You could just
ever heard
borrow
the-
costumes from the set of the new Matrix movie and just fucking put him in those and like film it. Oh my god!
Have you ever heard like the rumor that Hugh Jackman was supposed to be in Spider-Man 2002, like at the end, but they couldn't find the costume? What's his costume? This
No.
shirt. There's no way you
Yeah,
couldn't find
no
it.
shit. Hugh Jackman probably has like 30 of them.
Yeah, and he probably rocks them.
Hunter looks like worried and confused.
No, my girlfriend just told me there's a Wonder Woman video game that was just announced.
What?
Yes, there was.
You guys want me to send you the trailer? She sent me it.
I'll
I just saw the picture of it on Instagram.
Here, hold on. I'll send it to you guys, and then we could do a reaction.
My God,
Thank you, Steve.
that was. Thank you.
Here,
Thank you.
here. Let's just play at the same time. How about?
Just wait. Oh yeah, 41 minutes ago. Ooh.
Ooh. Hold on.
Ready?
Wait,
Are you sending me?
Wait. I gotta.
are you sending me a link?
Yeah.
Are you
Spider-Man
sending
3
me a
Church.
link?
There. Here, we'll click on it at the same time.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go. I hope we're all on the same link, so it's not different.
Warner Brothers game. I just realized I have no volume.
Wait, this wasn't bad.
Okay, well mine froze, so hope you guys enjoy it.
Anybody think this sounds like Brave from Pixar?
Okay,
It
it's
sounds
just
like
a
Wonder
costume.
Woman.
Who cares?
Did anybody else think that The Rock was going to come out and choke slammer and go, the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change?
It looks a lot like Gal.
Yeah, I was just
Thank
about to say,
you.
I thought that was Gal. When I first saw the picture, I thought it was Gal Gadot.
Interesting. That could be pretty fun, actually, like an Amazon game.
Why can't Superman? You know when is the last time Superman had a game?
JD's gonna start crying.
Superman had a game. Superman Returns for the PS2 in 2006. I need me a Superman game.
That literally just sounds like Brave. Mend the bond that's been broken. Unite, whatever. Am I the only one that's seen that movie?
Speaking
I
of
bet you
Bonds,
have
did
a
anyone
Brave-
watch the new Anyone watch No Time to Die?
I've never watched a single James Bond movie in my life.
Not any of the
I
Daniel
know.
Craig ones.
I know,
Oh,
and I own them on
oh.
Blu-ray. That's the craziest thing.
Oh, you stupid little.
I was talking
four-eyed
about
bitch.
Pixar
What are you
princess
doing?
movie. How did you guys get on James Bond?
Because you said
Nobody,
Bond.
nobody cares, Sean.
You said the
Ooh.
word Bond.
That could be anything. Savings Bond.
Yeah,
So
but if
Devil's
I say
Reign-
the word Bond to you, do you go?
Hey,
oh
hey,
yes,
hey,
a Bond
Harper,
for my
hey,
house.
I think
Harper.
Hunter wants to talk
Bond.
Devil's
Hey,
Reign. He's
James-
already destroying the 9.8 by holding it that way.
Bond.
Hey, hey, Harper. What do you think of New York City Mayor Tony Stark?
Yeah, Devil's Reign. Okay, let's talk Devil's Reign.
I literally read that and I go, huh, what if Harper thinks of this? Then I was like, wait, Harper's gonna be on the podcast.
Oh, and
So,
he would. You know what? He would be really great for it too, because he can't be worse than the current guy.
Yeah, but the current guy's going to be the president.
Oh no.
I love when you
Why don't we
spike
just
the
go
camera,
quiet
Harper.
there?
That shit kills me.
So yeah, Kingpin's currently the mayor of New York, and the only way to stop him is to have someone else vote him out. So Tony Stark
So
is
good.
running for mayor of New York against Wilson Fisk.
Oh my god, Chichetto's art can actually make me hard. Like no joke.
Okay, I was just nodding
I
along
mean,
like,
agree.
yeah,
You're not
Chichetto's-
wrong.
I was like,
You're not
Chichetto's
wrong.
art is
You're not.
awesome. And then you
Try
went
and
that
fucking
route.
disagree with me. Like actually try and actively disagree.
Rhino.
Like that's so good. Yeah, Rhino. JD, what is Rhino's full name? Do you remember?
I've been forced to eat a banana because of this.
It's
Why don't we do
Alex.
Alexei
Alexei something.
I don't know
or
what his last
something.
name is.
When are we doing the next quiz? Fuck, I love that.
We
That was
can't
so
do it
good.
next week because we're
baby.
probably just talking Spider.
Yeah,
So,
Spider-Man. That'll be
Week
Spider-Man.
after, I guess.
Spoy man.
Or we could do a Spider-Man quiz where I would just know nothing.
If it's the first few years of Spider-Man, I'm set.
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
you would
that's
be
your
so-
area. Yeah.
You just be don't. We just be asking you about
How
slang.
did
What
Electro
does
get?
boner mean?
What is the favorite? What is Mary Jane's favorite
I'm
word
gonna,
to
clip,
say?
I'm gonna clip that out of context. Though it's Hunter saying, "What does boner
What does
mean?"
boner mean?
Dude, they killed my mom because I didn't know what boner meant.
Oh, I thought you were about to say, dude, they killed my fucking boner for my mom. And I was like, what?
Oh, I mean, yes, for Nicole Kidman, but oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
like,
so
did you-
Devil's Reign. This is
what the fuck
what if
is that?
Civil War was good?
Yeah, it was. It was that.
That is a
wasn't it?
great description. Wow.
Like okay, am I wrong?
And
when
they
Captain
even call it out. They're
America-
like, they even call it out. They go, we do not want to do another Superhuman Registration Act.
So when Captain America grabs Daredevil, Elektra, and the Spider-Man, and they go to that bunker, is that the same like Captain America hiding place from Civil War?
Curious. That's an interesting question.
Oh.
That's what I thought
That's
it
cute.
was. Because Cap was just like, yeah, down there, go right, and well, Daredevil knew it too. But yeah, that's
Do
what
you know
I feel
what
like it is.
physically pained me in this issue?
Pray tell.
Huh?
But-
Pray tell.
Pray tell. Oh my god, you sound
Yes.
like Hannibal Lecter from that original fucking whatchamacallit.
What-
I
what-
just
answer the question.
Hannibal was on last night. That's kind
No
of
one
like
knows. What is the movie I'm talking about? What is
Sounds
the
of the Lambs?
original? No, what's the
Santa Claus
original
3?
Manhunter? The original adaptation of Red Dragon with the guy who plays Stryker in X-Men 2, Brian Cox. Remember him?
Charlie Cox.
No one know who that is. Stryker in fucking X-Men 2.
I'm so happy for my brother Brian Cox on getting the role of Daredevil back.
No, just no one
When you'll
knows who I'm
see
talking about.
Brian
All I
Cox,
know-
when
all I
you'll
know-
see.
Do you fuckheads
I
really not know
watched
who I'm talking
5
about?
minutes of Hannibal last night, and all I saw was
I'm
the
not
part-
talking about Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal. Shut the fuck up,
No,
Sean.
I'm
I'm trying to
talking
make an
about the
illustrated
movie
point about a
Hannibal,
movie
you
that came out that
dolt.
not a lot of people know.
I'm talking
Sounded
about
like
the
I was going off there.
2001 movie Hannibal.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the movie from the 80s that stars Brian Cox as Hannibal Lecter, and he always says, "Oh, do pray tell," and blah blah blah. And you
So
sounded
Devil's-
like that motherfucker.
So Devil's Reign 1 was pretty good.
Cool plot.
Anyway, the thing that pained me was Ben Riley showing up and me being like,
Yes.
that they could just swap out the costume and it would be Peter, and I would give so much more of a shit. Like, oh, it's so close.
Wow, Harper's a
Ah.
full-fledged Spider-Man fan now. This is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
what
so
do you
much.
care?
I'm so much of a Spider-Man fan now that I now hate all the other Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you pick
apparently
up?
what you have to
Spider-Man is not a legacy character, okay?
You're not
you
like
pick
a
up-
character, dude.
I
Did you
really
pick up the Death of Doctor Strange Spider-Man
Do
tie-in?
you think that I'm gonna pay like $4 or $5 for a fucking Spider-Man tie-in to a Doctor Strange event?
Maybe.
Maybe I did. No, I didn't. Although I did buy the Avengers one and I read it and I went, that was a fucking waste of time. And that's
Oh,
why I
because you
didn't.
saw the. Did you see? Yeah, because Tony. It looked like it was Tony centric from what I saw. Right.
Devil's
Well,
Reign.
yeah, it started off Tony.
It started off
centric,
with
and then it was-
him like having the drinking flashbacks and
It's-
everything.
and then it did nothing with it anyway. Devil's Reign. what
Devil's
I
Reign.
like.
Yeah, back to Devil's Reign.
Even though it's like a Daredevil story, I really like seeing the other heroes in this, even though Moon Knight got just
Yeah.
beat right away. But I like
Have you guys
Cap's
ever cared about the
conversation with Miles.
Stromwinds though?
Yes.
The Stromwind siblings.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
like
I think
them?
they're important to the plot because they like get under Fisk's skin essentially.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's also nice seeing them just drop by.
I
like,
want to know what
flies
was in the
over the bigger
box.
plot.
I wanted because last in 36, Typhoid Mary's like, oh, we have a gift from somebody called the Stromwinds, and he's like, leave it, don't open it. Are
Yeah,
those
and
the
Matt-
flyers of him being president?
Oh, I thought it was Matt saying. Well, no, I think it has to be something like
With
different
Matt's
because Matt
identity.
goes, that's a dangerous gift. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or he says that's an aggressive gift. So it's like, yeah, I don't know.
They're really talking about the identity saga from Daredevil, which I like how they're not
Mm.
ignoring that. They're just like,
yeah,
"Th-
from
th-
that from
couple
that
reasons
run
not
that you
to."
haven't read.
No, I mean, in general, like 2000s Daredevil, they're talking a lot about.
Oh, they are,
Matt
but
straight
most
up
of it is
talks
based
about
around
it.
the purple children. Most of it is based around the purple,
Purple
children,
Children, yeah.
story, which is in slap in the middle of Charles Soule's Daredevil.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Like you're surprised by this, but the things they're talking about now, they did that exact story where he's talking about his identity and shit in that run.
I know,
Right,
but
it
it's
was
just
so good,
usually when
so
something's
quick.
retconned like that, they usually just ignore it forever. But in this
Mm.
case, it's cool
Yeah,
to
no,
see
no,
that they're
no, no,
talking
it's-
about it.
Yeah, which you would know if you had read that run and seen that there was an actual story behind it and it wasn't just dropped and forgotten. Because
You have Marvel Unlimited, Hunter. You could read Charles Soule's Daredevil.
it's also so annoying, Hunter. It annoys me personally too, because you read like 90% of modern Daredevil and then you just didn't read that one thing.
I have
There's the
I
one
have the
thing-
omnibus pre-ordered. It keeps
Just
getting delayed.
read, just start it. Like you've only got to fill in the one gap.
Well, let me see when it's out now because it gets delayed like every week.
Anyway, now I've read everything Doctor Strange from 1995.
December
till now, so-
21st.
Read the Steve Ditko stuff, you coward.
Oh fuck that!
Getting back into Devil's Reign.
Actually,
this is an
JD,
easy
I actually
10,
did
right?
buy it. And
Yeah, this is a
I,
10.
I'm posting this on my story right now. I love this image so much.
Daredevil looks like Elektra looks really cool in that.
That puts a smile on my face.
So Fantastic Four, 2 down and 2 are still around.
Yeah.
And they got rid of
yeah.
like the
Otto
smart ones, too.
Octavius. So that's how Superior 4 is happening. It's going to be alternate universe Ottos because he has the dimensional gateway or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
essentially. I like how we see
Yeah.
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones again.
And that was
their
a great
daughter.
part.
Yeah, because they were a huge part of Marvel in general in the 2000s and 2010s essentially, but they kind of disappeared for a while. So it's cool to see them again. Their daughter's aged a bit.
Well, they haven't been, or at least in Daredevil, the last time they were seen was issue 4 issue 5 after
Defenders
Daredevil goes out
reunion.
in the Punisher shirt.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
And they're in the Man Without Fear when he was recovering.
Yeah, but that was
visiting
even
the-
before then too.
That was before.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
they've shown
They-
up.
they don't appear much,
periodically in
yeah.
a couple things.
I hope this
but-
leads into Luke getting back into it because
Well, he's getting a mini series.
He is.
It's City on Fire, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, let me look that up.
I really
You
like
keep-
Luke Cage.
you keep talking.
I would add that to my list if that's the case. I didn't know that, and I like how he did a speech, and Jess was like, "You just have to do," because that's what he
Yeah.
did in New Avengers a lot. Is he would always do stupid speeches that gets everyone either really excited or really angry at the Avengers, and Jessica's always like, stop talking. You just need to leave at times."
You ever just look at something so beautiful and wonder how it came to be?
I like how he pulls up in like a sports
It-
car to blend in.
Is this existing?
Yeah,
in Iron,
yeah.
Like, does the Iron Man title touch on this at all? Like that he's going to be running for mayor now?
Oh, he's a
in
god.
space. He's turning
He's a
into
god.
Blue Beetle currently.
So, how does that happen at the same time? Like,
This must take place
I don't
after
know.
that.
but okay, but yeah.
This would take place
I
after.
just don't. Why don't they just? Why couldn't they have just set this? I know because they probably want to have tie-ins to it in universe, but if they just had have set this, like they don't even have to, change the release schedule. Just set it like a month ago. Peter Parker isn't in a coma and Doctor Strange didn't get stabbed and have his hands cut off. And then you can have both of those guys in there. Both extremely influential New York characters that are in practically every New York conflict and should be there because they're tied to the main character of this event. Like, just do it. Like, why we got Ben Riley? Who gives a fuck? Like Sean said last week, fuck Ben Riley. Like, who cares?
It is odd
anyway.
that they're like, wouldn't the Beyond Corporation, like Ben's working for a company that sponsors superheroes, wouldn't they just be shut down? Like,
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah. Unless they're probably like in the pocket of Fisk or something. Like maybe the Beyond
Yeah.
Corporation has something to do with like the guards that Fisk has.
well, yeah, they were sketchy
or-
in general.
Or
so.
their company home base isn't in New York, so they can play by different
So there's a
laws.
loophole, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, but
anyway,
this was
hold on,
like
hold on,
threatening
hold
the
on.
X-Men.
Real quick.
Sean,
Luke Cage-
Sean, wait. If you want to talk, buddy, you can raise your hand and ask permission. All right.
Mr.
Let
Harper.
me see five big ones, buddy.
Harper is a
Let me see
teacher, so
five
he
big
can
ones.
do that.
Mr.
Let me
Joshua
see five
Allen
big
Harper.
ones. No.
It's Joshy
Hunter,
Allen.
kick him. Hunter, no, he's being rude. Hunter, kick him. No, I'm not taking
What's
it.
your question, Sean?
Hunter, kick him.
No, I was telling
You
you.
fucking
Luke Cage,
dog.
City of Fire, 3-issue mini. It will
3?
have Elektra Daredevil in it,
Oh,
Kingpin, because she's on the cover. She's also on the cover for number 2. This is straight from Marvel's website.
I thought.
It's
Is that not the
January
Elektra?
2022.
oh, January. Oh,
Yeah, Luke Cage, City of Fire, an all too relevant story rocks the Marvel U. When a black man is murdered by a police officer in New York City, Luke Cage's call to action. But what does a good man do when protecting the streets puts him at odds with his own people? A cadre, of crooked cops named the Regulators are out to terrorize ordinary citizens. And with Daredevil determined to bring them down no matter what, no matter the cost, and Mayor Fisk equally determined to use them to tighten his grip on the city, it's up to Cage to keep the city from completely going up in flames.
That fits extremely well with what's happening now. Because like the whole theme of the last couple issues of Daredevil and now Devil's Reign is like they're talking a lot about police and they're talking a lot about, you know, overstepping.
Oh,
the
like
line.
Shocker, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Call the police? So wait.
Well,
I
no,
am-
but remember, like in the last issue, or yeah, it was the last issue of Zdarsky's, you know, Daredevil. It was 35 or 36, where you know
The
Daredevil
Arrested.
exposes the prison and stuff,
The
and then
Arrested.
you know Reed and Spider-Man are there, and the cops are trying to arrest him, and they're like, no, you're not doing this now. And Spider-Man goes, he just exposed like a massive plot that's killed like, you know, however many fucking people. What have you guys done today? Like, they're getting deep into that shit. So
And
it
then
makes
even
sense.
even in this issue, a great moment is when they're like arresting Miles, and Captain America even
Yes.
says, he's like, I'm gonna
No.
keep doing what's right. And then as soon as they go to take the mask off, Cap's like, nah, this isn't happening, and just goes to work.
Yeah, that was.
Could
sick.
you
I like
imagine
that.
trying to arrest Captain America? The guy
Yeah.
walks up to Captain America, goes, "Oh yeah, you have to put these on."
He even
too,
calls him
'cause you-"
Captain.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to put
Hey,
these on
sorry,
too because
Captain,
you're under
blah.
arrest as well. Yeah.
After
Like-
as Miles is like coughing out smoke from
Hmm.
saving people.
I think
I like that you see the firefighters being like, "We would, you know, help you with the
Yeah.
smoke in your lungs, but like, you gotta get out of here, man."
I think Clayton said like this was the best Captain America moment in like a year at this point, and it's like
More
it's
than
sad
that,
that's true.
like
He
3
doesn't have an
years.
ongoing.
I guess no one else read Captain America and Iron Man this week. Then
Was it good?
It was just me. Yeah, it was.
I like
I started it and I went, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it was good. It was
Okay, good.
It was
Okay.
good.
There's a really good part where you know Cap accusatorily says to Tony, "You slept with this lady who's like now this villain, right?" And Tony goes, "You got to forgive me. You know those were my party days. Those were my long hair and stubble days." And Cap goes, "You're still in your long hair and stubble days." And then Tony goes, "I liked those days."
Oh my god!
Such a good dynamic.
I just haven't gotten to that issue yet. I gotta read it.
So Fisk
Fun.
is gonna get Purple Man powers in the run for president. That's
That's
how good-
cool.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, I like how they say that like his Purple Man's powers don't work on him because his willpower is just too strong.
I feel like this, yeah, like reading this, you know, after reading, you know, Charles Soule's run and like really being invested, I feel like it really pays off here. Like, you know, if you hadn't read that, you know, if you weren't a real Daredevil fan and you hadn't read that,
Yeah, like
this
can you
really
imagine?
wouldn't hit as
Can you
much.
imagine saying like I'm gonna read every modern Daredevil issue and then just not read
Red
Soul's
Hood?
run?
Yeah.
What are you,
no.
Sean?
Well,
what are you,
that's a-
Sean, bringing up Red Hood into an argument that doesn't even
Well,
involve Red
that's
I have a bunch of
appealing. Yeah, well,
comics with
that's
me.
appealing to me. Why?
Say, hey, Sean,
Also,
look how I have
also,
something to
really,
say and I'm putting
Hunter,
my hand up.
another variant.
I don't know.
Another variant.
I have a bunch of random comics here, so I just grabbed the first one I found.
He's gonna
Hunter,
pull
can
out
I
another
ask?
series of Jason showering issues.
No, I won't. Hey, Sean, I'm
Yeah?
gonna show you a comic. You have to just try not to scream, okay? I don't know what I grabbed. Okay.
Task Force Z,
Here we
number
go.
one. Oh,
Oh, JD did. That was a Suicide Squad issue. Thoughts?
Oh, you
From,
want me to
like,
talk?
2016?
You want me to talk Suicide Squad number 10
No,
right
no,
now?
no,
Alright,
no,
so,
no, no,
Devil's
no,
Reign
no,
with-
no, no.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Batman, Joshua Williamson, Batman. Listen, I'm very proud of Joshua Williamson because he went from an obscure DC writer
Oh my
to
god.
writing The Flash, and now he's writing like 4 fucking titles at once. I mean, good for him. Like he's
And he's
That
setting
guy.
the next DC event too.
he's that guy.
Yeah, he's running DC now. He was what Scott Snyder was in 2016.
Yeah, and which means that he'll be gone from DC in 2 years when he realizes like, damn, Image pays a lot. But
Yeah. Hey, Tom Taylor signed a contract, and I was like, oh, thank God.
oh yeah, thank God.
Oh, that actually made me upset because I was like, fuck, he did so good at Marvel. Like, I want more Tom Taylor
We still
Marvel.
read
shit.
I was
Dark
gonna say
Ages.
Dark Ages is gonna be it for a while.
Yeah,
Mm.
but like his Nightwing's so good, so I was like, thank
And Dark Knights of Steel. Oh my god.
And
Yeah.
he's I
like every
guarantee you-
D&D fan just should just love that.
I guarantee you that by the time Tom Taylor's done with his DC contract, he will have written a Green Arrow and Black Canary series. Oh God.
I
It's
want
about
him on.
drive, it's
I
about
want him on
power.
Green Lantern.
Did you see what's his name? Shang-Chi actor. What's his name?
Sam Liu. Sam.
Yeah. He posted a photo with The Rock, and the caption is, "It's about drive. It's about power."
Yeah.
Stay hungry, we devour. Put in the
I
work,
just, like,
put
I
in the
said the-
hours.
He did. The Rock did like this thing the other day where he was talking about Zoa, the energy drink, and he like says in it, he's like, the whole goal with Zoa was to bring you the cleanest in energy, focus, and immunity. And I sent that to Hunter, and I went, What does that mean? What is the cleanest of focus and the cleanest
Oh
of
yeah, we got
immunity?
a new
I
look
don't
at Black
get it.
Adam this week.
Listen, this is the
Yeah,
guy who
but,
rhymed hours
I
with
don't-
hours. I mean, he's
Hours.
kind of a god.
That's a
Who has
great song.
canonically fought Batman thanks to Fortnite.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Just
That's
head in
right.
that image.
Fortnite is the
Actually looks
greatest
like a
crossover
penis.
of all time.
Is it?
Change
Can we
Fortnite's
talk
that.
about
be-
Williamson? Can we
hold
talk
on.
about Williamson's Batman? I really like this issue.
Fortnite is becoming what Lego was, having the rights to everything and being able to use any character they want. Oh,
Sean, that's cool and all, but I read Batman for the first time in like a year.
oh yeah, right. I forgot.
Oh yeah, you've been. It's been about a year. Yeah.
I stopped after Joker. War.
Ghostmaker. No, you stopped after Ghostmaker, didn't you?
No, it was Joker War, I think.
I think Batman number 100 was my last issue. So
This
Oh.
is 118.
118.
Yeah, and it's cool. They're bringing up a lot of past stuff. And Batman in China, I was shocked to see him. I thought that guy was gone forever.
What do you-
Batman Inc. Like I know Drew loved this issue because
Mhm.
he loves Batman Inc. But this was a good issue.
I
The
really
villain-
liked who the Batman Inc.'s bankroller is now.
You gotta love a reference to the Lost episode, don't you? You just gotta love a reference to the Lost episode.
Moving on.
Forever. I'm going forever.
And we
When we
can't
get it
edit this
released
one
then.
out.
Yeah, we can. You just put something over my screen.
True.
I didn't
Uh,
have to put in that much work
It'll be Iron Man getting.
Well, you
killed
gotta put
again.
in the work and put in the hours.
to take what's ours.
No,
Can you imagine if we
fuck.
somehow got The Rock on this show?
no, I can't. No, I can't.
Even if it's just like 20
Can you
minutes.
imagine we got Mark Wahlberg, but not that Mark Wahlberg?
Hey, what's go? Oh, fuck.
I listened to a podcast with Chris Pratt as a guest, and he was only on for like 15 minutes. What if we did that for The Rock? What if we get him on for 15 minutes?
There's no.
In what
way.
world are we getting The Rock?
25
In what
likes,
world-
we'll get The Rock.
In what world is The Rock like, yeah, hey, what's up, jabronis? I'm going to spend my time with 4 comic book nerds.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what was your favorite Black Adam comic growing
Yeah,
up?
Dwayne, we grew up with Black Adam comics, man.
Unless we convince Dwayne The Rock Johnson that Sean is actually Kevin Feige, he's not going to appear.
We got this. We can persuade him.
I think I can convincingly convince him that I am Mark Ruffalo, and maybe that's like a Hollywood connection that he'll believe.
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah.
That's news. The Rock said this week that he's convinced that one day we will see Black Adam fight Superman, but he has no idea what.
He
actor.
also revealed more of the
Yeah.
suit, and you didn't talk about that.
because we've seen the suit.
Yeah, but you got to see the lightning bolt. It was cool.
I mean, we've seen it.
We saw a hood. Like, yeah, who cares? Like,
We've
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it had a lot of drive. It had a lot of power in that image.
Gets what
Yeah,
it
it
gets
did,
what it
yeah.
is. Okay, yeah, fair.
Can we talk
Uh,
about Batman, please?
I like that. I liked
Lex
that I
Luthor.
like that the costume was,
Yes.
was
Lex
banging with
Luthor
Strange.
at the end of Batman.
I like
Change
the
the game.
idea of Lex
So what's my
Luthor. Like, I
mother
want this to be a Lex
fucking
Luthor
name?
versus Bruce Wayne, not Lex Luthor versus
Yes.
Batman versus
Yes.
Bruce Wayne.
Defamation.
Well,
desecration,
there's the beginning where there's like a
break
billionaires
masses,
party, so maybe they'll just do another one of the when we're
face to
saying
face,
this stuff.
no
Kid
face,
dressed
like,
up as
you have to
Punchline.
break
That was
big
great.
glasses,
Harper, shut
Me
the
knowing
fuck up.
rumbling like so bring drama to the king drama. Sorry.
You do not have black and Samoan
Oh
in your
no.
veins.
I don't. I actually skipped that line.
Oh.
Wait, did someone change my name? When the
No,
fuck?
what?
I never wrote #1 Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I changed your Zoom names number.
I didn't know you had that power.
You can
I didn't
do
either.
that. You have
I
that
just
power?
found
I didn't
out-
realize you have that kind of drive and power.
I found out
Jesus.
like 30 minutes ago, so I did it to JD.
I just realized that now. I was like, what? I didn't write that.
I just write who you are.
All right, Batman 118 is a good issue, and I'm gonna keep reading Williamson's Batman. That's all I want to
Good.
say.
Hey, you're reading another comic book. Real quick, I'll just
Very
say
rare
Dark,
for me
Dark
nowadays.
Knights of Steel is DC's best book right now, and yeah.
Oh my god, it is.
Uh,
Hold on, can we please talk about that reveal?
which one? There was a few.
The mascara. Jarell and Laura had a daughter, so that's not Kara Zor-El. That's their
Yeah,
daughter.
Supergirl isn't Kara.
And
It's-
she's in a relationship with Wonder Woman.
Mhm. So I think it's because
And
they.
hold on. She kills Black Lightning's son.
Brutal. So the-
Like, I kept turning the page in the second half, and I literally went, "Oh shit!"
yeah,
in my room
she
reading it.
kills a child. So
Yeah.
essentially, she finds out that Jor-El died. This is the son. This is the daughter of Jor-El. Since Jor-El came to Earth with Clark, he was able to have like a family. He didn't die in the explosion of Krypton. So now they have I think it's Zala. Zala L is her name.
I think it's Zala. Yeah.
Zala. So yeah, she lives in Themyscira though, and she trains with Wonder Woman, which is also her girlfriend. But when she finds out Jor-El is dead, she thinks Black Lightning did it. So Black Lightning ordered the attack, I believe. So she goes, gets his son, who's like 14 years old, and
flies him up and drops him.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This child, and he just lands on the concrete splat.
And then she has the most badass moment where Black Lightning like just fires like a full blast at her, and she just goes tickles and flies off.
away.
It's like the ultimate
After killing a
FU
child.
moment.
Yeah,
I think this might be one that I end up reading like when it's done because it
There's
sounds
2
cool.
issues so far. There's only
It's
2
like
issues.
Tom Taylor is so good at Elseworld stories. Like I love Deceased. I've read every issue. And
That's another one I got to
I
read.
love
this season. I never read
Injustice.
it.
I love Injustice.
I love Injustice.
yeah, it's
He's really good at this stuff, and I hear Dark Ages at Marvel is really good too. But yeah, it's interesting that the son that she killed is an original character too that he made just for this.
Yeah.
Just to kill off, I guess. He did
Yeah.
have a cool line because when Supergirl's like flying him up, his powers is he can control rain, and he says like
He's basically Storm.
yeah, he's Storm,
Yeah.
but he's just like I will make it rain in your lungs or something like that. Like I will drown you from the inside.
And she says something back where she's like, "You're not even gonna get the chance."
Yep. Essentially. So it's dark. It's cool though. Bruce
It's
seems
so
to be hiding the
good.
fact that he's Superman's brother too. So
Yeah, and even Kal-El had some darkness in him this issue where he goes, "This is a family matter," and
you're
Bruce
not
is just
family,
like,
and Bruce
Bruce is just like,
awkwardly
"Well,
looks away.
all right, okay."
But yeah,
well,
Bruce. So he's the son of Martha and Jor-El, so he's half Kryptonian, and we see his heat vision at one point. But he
fires it off into the sky.
yeah, it's like
Such
oh, man.
good art.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see
And also
Batman
we
with heat vision.
learned that the elves did not seize power; they inherited it. So
Yeah.
so Bruce's family was originally the monarchs, and after they died, they became the monarchs.
Mhm. And then Jor-El had
Which means
Martha, but-
Bruce's family was probably killed off by magic users, which is why there's this hate against magic.
is banned, yeah.
And JD's favorite character is locked up in prison.
Yeah,
The
Flash is in jail.
I saw that on
jail.
Hunter's
Yeah.
story or whatever.
He's just
Yeah, it
doing
was-
laps.
It was Flash, King Shark, and like 2 others. That was,
Blue Devil.
Blue Devil.
Uh,
Who's the other guy? There was an aquatic looking guy.
Yeah, I thought it was a blue Lagoon Boy first, but I don't think it is.
Tom Taylor commented on my post. That was like the greatest moment of my life.
Message him about a
Yeah.
hero story.
Yeah.
I have. He
Oh,
doesn't check his
okay.
messages, but he did
Harper.
comment.
He's
On my post.
going to your convention, isn't he? In your area? Are you going to that?
Harper, Melbourne.
No, why? Why would I?
Oh,
Is that close to you or no? I just assume everything in Australia is close to you.
that is
Yes,
close
it's
to him,
extremely
yeah.
close. A lot of my
Australia is one of the biggest places on the
Does-
planet.
Does it make you mad that I say Melbourne instead of Melbourne?
Why would I give a single fuck about anything you say?
I've always said that, and then I remember you mentioning one time like only dumb people say that, and I was like, well,
It is
Harper, you
fair.
should go to that convention. Your little shack you live in is like right next to it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and also in this issue, Green Arrow gets his arm cut off.
Yeah, Batman cuts
Shit.
his arm off, and then
Yeah.
Alfred
This
tells him not
this
to
is
kill him.
not a tip. This is a good story.
It's really good. This is
I
only
like
issue
it.
2 of 12. Too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Sean's threshold for a good story is if someone gets an arm cut off. Sean, have you watched Star Wars, bro? You would love
What's
that.
Star
man.
Wars?
Every
What's Star
movie,
Wars?
every
Huh.
single fucking one. What's Star
Actually,
Wars?
no. Ray doesn't lose any limbs.
Oh,
yeah,
No,
the
but he
sequels
does.
don't exist. I'm a diehard fan. Sequels don't exist.
Phantom Menace isn't that bad, bro.
Oh,
Jar Jar Binks is
oh.
actually a good character. Oh, Misa step in the doo-doo.
The Clone Wars movie's actually like way.
All right, I actually kind of like the Clone Wars movie.
Okay, here we go. That's a
Lisa
hero
like
story.
Clone Wars too. Lisa
I can't do Jar Jar. I can only do Mickey Mouse.
All right, let's hear you, Mickey Mouse. Now you're on the spot.
You're so
boy.
big dickhead now.
We
Look
bought
at
Star
the-
Wars and made a whole bunch of money.
It's actually not bad.
Oh, that's our thoughts on a hero story.
Yuck, yuck.
If anybody says another fucking Marvel spoiler.
So next week we'll be talking No Way Home.
Wait, we
Oh,
didn't talk. George Perez got pancreatic cancer, stage 3.
Oh,
Very
man,
sad.
you're
That
right.
shit,
yeah.
that shit floored me.
Fuck that.
I cried reading that Facebook post.
That was tough. Man.
He has 6 months to a year to live. He's doing one more convention showing just to see his lost fans, which is heartbreaking.
Fuck that.
Literally,
Yeah.
like one of the like you can't talk about comic book art, especially teen comic book art, without talking about him. The amount of like
He did so many
splash pages
events.
that he's done over the years. I mean,
Crisis
it's
on
crazy.
Infinite Earths.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. I mean, the 80s
Everyone
Teen
in the
Titans.
world has seen Superman holding Supergirl, like screaming at the sky.
If Marvel and DC could ever get together, now's the time to reprint his Marvel versus DC, like the first crossover that he did.
Oh yeah,
Get his family some nice
Yeah.
money from the royalties, and it would be great to see that again.
That's a
Because
good, yeah, I didn't even think of that. That'd be amazing.
That shit just.
It was
that-
just so like
abrupt.
devastating because like the other thing with it is like he's also accepted it. He's like,
He
I
said,
just,
"I'm gonna let
I
nature take its
just
course."
want to spend my time with my fans, my family, my friends.
Yeah, I can't. I literally cannot even fucking imagine. Like that just.
I was actually supposed to meet him at a con like 2 years ago, and he backed out at the last minute. Like I don't know, something came up, and I was like so mad. I was like so sad like that I couldn't see him because I was like, you know, he's one of
He's
the
a
all-time
legend.
greats. He'd be such a cool one to meet.
He's
But-
like top 5 maybe for when talking comic book legends.
Oh yeah.
It's funny to think his art is literally like the only thing that even got me through Crisis on Infinite Earths. Because Mark Wolfman, Mark
1000%.
is writing a novel around.
1000%.
I wonder what he went through going through all that.
Mm.
But yeah,
I can't even imagine like the process of drawing Christ on Infinite Earths. Like it's so much.
Especially then too, like where you
Oh,
have
yeah.
so much less at your disposal. Like
80s
Mhm.
Teen Titans, just like I mean, he's just an absolute legend of the industry. Very sad to hear, and I mean, everyone from every comic book, you know, artist, writer I follow was posting about it. Like this was just huge, devastating news. So
Mhm.
I figured
you
we
know,
had to
like
bring it up on
something
the
I really
podcast.
like about his art, and I think I brought this up when I read Christ on Infinite Earths, is that his character profiles are like instantly recognizable. Like, it's a similar thing with John Byrne. Now, John Byrne is a piece of shit. He's the opposite spectrum. But as soon as you see like, you know, the way he draws faces, you're like, oh my god, I instantly
It's
recognize who
classic,
that
yeah.
is.
George Pettis,
Yeah, and like
Especially
I feel
Superman.
I feel that way, especially with the profiles in Christ on Infinite Earths. Are just like instantly recognizable, like as a style. Which is
There's a
cool.
great episode if you've ever seen the show Kevin Smith's Comic Book Men, where George Pettis comes on the show. This was after Hurricane Sandy hit New York and New Jersey. One of the guys on the show, his comic book collection got like destroyed, and his favorite artist of all time was George Pettis. So to get his new collection started, George Pettis did like a personal drawing for him, and
Oh,
it's a great episode. Like, you know,
very
he's such a
good.
personable guy, and yeah, man, this was tough to read. Like I literally read the article and I was like starting to tear up. I was like, wow.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sean was the one who sent it to me. And you told
But
me.
when
you
I
tried it.
saw it, I was because I like to go through our stuff, so I'm up to date, familiar, etc. And I go through the comic news. I just hit that at the end of the day. It was from the morning. I just was like,
Oh,
no.
God,
Drew,
yeah.
Drew was actually the one who texted me. I was at work, and then he texted me, "Did you hear about George Pettis?" And I immediately thought, like, "Oh my god, he died!" And then I read that, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yikes.
Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a hero story.
yeah. Sorry to end on a down note. I meant to bring it up earlier. but-
How the fuck? Before we even started, I went, I'm absolutely gonna say at the end, thank you, brother Tech9, and thank you, Terramar. How the fuck do I do that now?
I
Like,
can't
You
even.
can't. You
I
can't.
can't even talk about the other issue. Son of Kal-El Annual came out.
See, this is why I brought this up to finish because I knew it would end the podcast.
Next week on a hero story will be delayed. We might have a familiar guest returning as well, Tyler.
Sorry,
May.
boy.
And Harper, we're talking Spider-Man, so the episode will be a day late, maybe 2 days, but likely just one day, because someone forgot to get tickets day one in this call,
Yeah, what the fuck, Sean?
and that's
as if Sean, who crossed like 2 different theaters to watch Venom, Spider-Man.
yeah.
I'm the
so
guy that's gonna miss it. Yeah,
we're gonna be
sure.
we're gonna be in a late night showing, but we will be talking spoilers as well for Spider-Man, like we usually do for these movie reviews. So granted, if you're listening to the show, you're probably gonna see it pretty quick anyway. So yeah, it'll be delayed, but until then, it's finally happening.
Yeah, it is. It's so
We'll
cool.
be seeing Spider-Man.
Yeah, thanks for.
You want to do your thing?
Nah.
Aren't I
doesn't
the one who
feel
does the
right.
outro?
No, thank you, JD. Come.
Thanks for
go.
listening to A Hero Story. If you're listening on iTunes, we'd appreciate a 5-star review. If you're listening on YouTube, subscribe, like that shit. Do whatever you want. I don't really care.
He
For A Hero
doesn't.
Story, I'm JD.
I'm Hunter, and thanks for being a hero.
And remember, every second is a gift. Goodbye.
You guys
Bye.
want your outro?
Bois.
Don't have an outro.
Bois.
What?